Word on the street is that a new Aero DPS is coming in version 3.2, and she will scale off of Echo skill damage. Yo, welcome back to the channel. Kamusta sa inyong lahat? A new Aero-oriented Sonata and Echo set is heavily rumored for version 3.1, and on paper it looks harmless. A basic 2-piece Aero damage bonus that barely raises eyebrows, but the 5-piece effect tells a completely different story. The moment you deal Echo skill damage, the set lights up. Your Echo damage becomes more lethal through improved critical performance, and your overall Aero damage spikes for a short but meaningful window. On top of that, critical stats are being layered in, pushing the damage ceiling even higher during the passive window. If AMEF's signature set is any indication, there's a strong chance this bonus leans toward crit rate rather than crit damage, making the spike more consistent rather than purely explosive. Press Echo skill, trigger a burst of power, and then cash out as hard as possible while the buff is active. Note that info here is not yet official, so it could change during the beta, so take this as speculative for now until we receive official word from the devs. Also, if you are running low on Asterites or Lunites, you can check out my loot bar link in the description and pinned comment. Loot bar offers up to 25% discounts, plus an extra 10% off when you use my link. It is widely used by wuwa players, has strong Trustpilot ratings, and supports DIY top-ups on your PC or mobile, where you get the discounts without sharing your password. Just log in to Loot Bar, purchase, and then you go to their online DIY top-up page to complete the transaction yourself, without giving anyone your password to do it. This week, you can get a $17 discount on Loot Bar's 6400 plus 1600 Lunite promo, which ends this Wednesday. If you are already planning to top up and save big, Loot Bar is a straightforward and secure way while supporting the channel. With that out of the way, let's get to it. That design choice alone gives us more information than most beta kits. This is not a generic Aero set. This is not meant for someone who just happens to deal Aero damage as part of their rotation. This set wants an Echo skill that actually matters. It wants a character whose damage loop is built around Echo skills being a core source of damage, not an afterthought. That immediately narrows the field. Naturally, people jumped to Qiuyuan. Echo damage is his entire identity. He buffs it, amplifies it, and turns it into something the whole team benefits from. On paper, it sounds perfect. In reality, it makes no sense for him to wear this set himself. Qiuyuan is a force multiplier. He exists to stand behind someone else and make their Echo hits terrifying. Giving him a selfish damage-focused Aero set does nothing for his role. If anything, this confirms the opposite. This set is designed for the character Qiuyuan is meant to support. When you scan the current roster, the problem becomes obvious. Very few characters actually scale meaningful damage off Echo skills. Frolova does, Contarella does, Galbrena does. None of them are Aero, and none of them are structured as an Aero Echo carry. That strongly suggests this set is forward-looking. It is not supporting the present, it is preparing for the future. And this is where Segrika enters the conversation. If you go back to the original Lahai Roy lineup, two names have been conspicuously absent for a long time, Segrika and Lucilla. Visually, neither of them looks Aero. Segrika reads fusion at a glance. Lucilla feels glacio-coded. But visual logic has never been a reliable indicator in Kuro games. Elemental subversion is practically a design philosophy at this point. Data-mined information pointing towards Segrika being an Aero Resonator sword fits that tradition perfectly. What makes this particularly interesting is that Segrika does not look like a hypercarry at first glance. Her aesthetic leans supportive, reserved, almost secondary, and yet the internal data suggests the opposite. An Aero main damage dealer who scales heavily off skills and is explicitly designed to pair with Qiuyuan. That changes everything. If Segrika is real in this form, then the new Aero Echo set suddenly makes perfect sense. She would be the first Aero Resonator whose primary damage window revolves around Echo skill usage. You press Echo, the set activates, Qiuyuan amplifies the Echo damage, and Segrika rides that amplified window with boosted Aero output. Synergy complete. It also opens the door to some very uncomfortable questions about the current Aero roster. Jiyan, for example, still clears content, no one is taking that away from him, but his damage deployment is slower, more methodical, and far more demanding than what newer DPS designs have shown. If Segrika is built around burst windows tied to Echo skills, she will almost certainly outpace him in modern content pacing. That is not a flaw in Jiyan, that is simply power creep doing what it always does. The next big question is what kind of Aero damage Segrika actually represents. An Aero erosion DPS would push her into competition with Kartea, which feels awkward and unnecessary. The most logical answer is Toon Break. A Toon Break Aero DPS is something the game does not currently have. It would explain her reliance on skill-based damage, it would explain her synergy with Qiuyuan, and it would explain why a new Echo set is being designed so specifically around Echo skill activation. If that is the case, her team options become very interesting very quickly. For sustain, the pool is currently limited. Mornier is the obvious Toon Break option. Chisa could theoretically work, assuming the team can function within her negative status mechanics. If Segrika has any form of self-sustain or conditional healing, that opens the door to Qiuyuan and Linne. If she can apply tune shifting and respond to it herself, then Qiuyuan and Yuno suddenly look extremely attractive. There is also the possibility of a mono-Aero core. Qiuyuan and Yuno backing Segrika creates a clean identity focused entirely on amplifying Aero output and Echo interactions. That kind of team would finally give Aero an identity beyond being the early game comfort element. All of this points to one conclusion. The new Aero Echo set is targeted, and it doesn't appear that Segrika is a side grade, a statement piece in the ever-expanding roster. If she releases alongside Lucilla in version 3.2, and if Qiuyuan reruns in that window as well, then Kuro is clearly signaling a new Aero damage paradigm. The era of slow, sustained Aero damage is ending. The era of Echo-driven burst Aero is about to begin, and Segrika, quietly and unexpectedly, may be the character that defines it. As always, if this video resonated with you, please leave a like and subscribe. Ring that bell for massive gacha luck and maybe a sandwich. Thank you so much for watching. Maraming salamat po, and I will see you in my next video drop. Goodbye.